Hey, this is Crusader Kings 3. Despite the series starting its life as a weird medieval strategy role-playing game made by a random Swedish company in 2004, the latest iteration is pretty popular nowadays. Of course, not everyone's a fan of CK3, and I thought reading some of the negative reviews to find out why that is could be pretty fun. Ooh, here's one now. Got boring quick. 2,675 hours on record. Not recommended, needs more DLC. So realistic, my wife cheated on me. Bitter disappointment, pretty much exactly the same game as last time. I thought they'd at least change one character. Wait a second. Oh, because it's a history game. Oh, I didn't get it at first. I was like, they really didn't change anyone. That's messed up. I am legitimately far too stupid for Paradox games. Censored swear. This game takes so long just to screw you. Kinda true. Sometimes you're having a great game and then a random event comes up and it ruins everything. Do not play this for the love of God. I don't know why they're saying this. My guess is that they've seen the horrors of the duck event. At first glance, it'll strike you as a game with an immense depth and allowing for numerous strategical and tactical approaches. In reality, the game leans heavily on RNG. If you're doing great, you'll notice that more and more unfortunate events will start popping up, and when you're doing bad, the game will throw you a bone or two. I don't know, I think that's just kind of superstitious. Is there a fair bit of RNG? Yes. Does the RNG necessarily care about where you are? I don't think so. RNG normally just kind of slows you down or makes you pick a different strategy. It doesn't entirely make it so that you can't eventually do what you want to do. It might just take a bit longer and be more annoying. This is just like Cookie Clicker with less depth. Don't waste your time. Not enough glitter hoof. That's the first valid criticism I've seen. I would recommend this because being an omnipotent king can be fun as hell. But Paradox added yet another bullcrap clothing DLC which adds nothing to the game for 5 doubloons a pop. Reviewing the whole game bad just because clothing DLC is so funny to me. You know what you're getting. You're getting clothes. But what is a great investment is getting yourself a powerful high-performance computer at a great price from Apex Gaming PCs, who I'm partnering with to show off some fantastic customizable pre-built computers that can run all of your favorite games easily and without blowing up your wallet. All the computers across the Apex Gaming PCs lineup are super high quality. They're really well built, there's no proprietary parts or anything, and you can customize a ton of stuff either on your own or through their website to make your computer truly yours. Switch out everything from the graphics card to the CPU to even differently colored power cables. Since you can pay all at once or with monthly installments, it's already a great deal, but now if you use my link in the description or pinned comment below, you can get an even better deal. Just use the code HeyCara at checkout to save an extra 10% on any computer across Apex Gaming PCs, from the Apex Bronze to the Streamer or any other site-wide. Suddenly to finally get a fantastic gaming computer at an even better price. Just use my link in the description or pinned comment below and use code HeyCara at checkout to save an extra 10% site-wide. And thank you to them for sponsoring this video and making videos like this one possible. Girls gotta eat, you know? Now let's eat up some more negative reviews. Nom nom nom. No, just no. As Angry Joe says, you done messed it up. 10,000 Viking armies ruined this game, and you can't disable them for Iron Man. Dude, people had to fight Vikings all the time in real life. They took over the entire country for like hundreds of years, multiple times. I mean, that country being England specifically. I want a full refund and repatriations for my pain and suffering. For a game called Crusader Kings, the actual crusades in-game are lackluster. This is reinforced by bad AI armies standing around and doing nothing, or marching in to die one by one. I like a lot of other things about CK3, the crusades are just kind of bad. What's up, believers? France is here. I'ma be straight to my Jesus babies. This game is unholy. Its refusal to let me, the Pope, play as the Papal States is hella cringe and downright sacrilege. I demand that all true believers of the Lord boycott this evil game until Paradox releases the playable Pope DLC, lest ye be smited. Hope out. Do you guys think that was actually the Pope? He is right though, you can't play as theocracies. He's totally right. The game is mislabeled. It's not a grand strategy sim, it's an incest dating sim. I'm only giving a negative review because the CEO of Paradox is a woman. Wow. Well, good news, gamer. This game is horrible. My girlfriend broke up with me for the King of Lotharingia. I hate this game. The guy she tells you not to worry about, and it's Lotharingia. Oh my god. Such a bad game. They need to add more content. I can only play a few hours without getting bored. 1,300 hours on record. Why is everyone making the same joke? Trash game. There are too many annoying things like switching from tribes to feudalism and 1,000 others. That is pretty true. It's like you immediately go into debt. Everyone is sad. Like you have cities, but nobody is happy. It's kind of true. Just don't. I haven't been outside in 10 years and since I discovered Paradox games. DLC drains your money and eventually you realize that you wasted all of your time. You must be feeling a little reclusive. I've played almost 400 hours of this. Some people have played more. Save yourself. Buy something else. We're not robots. It's okay to have a hobby, you know? Paradox quality, predatory DLC policy with half-made game which will never be well done. Damn. The game's definitely better with DLC, and the DLC is expensive, so I can't say much about that. 350 hours, I love the game, but the frustration of having ally armies lose wars for me over their incoherent movement and decisions to not aid me in attacks and instead go off and siege in and plus 4% settlement, that will take 24 months. Paradox, for the love of God, allow us to control the ally armies if the AI is going to be this bad. The ally armies will always be bad. That is simply a fact of life you need to accept in CK3. If you're lucky, they'll help you. If you're unlucky, they'll get in a random war and not even help you anyways. I'm torn on CK3. It is a very deep game that can be very enjoyable, but it does have many flaws as well. I now find it too much of a grind to play, but I did enjoy the role-playing element in earlier playthroughs. Definitely can be a grind, for sure. My favorite part of it is the role-playing part too. Just creating a story and doing something. The rise to the top. Not fun. Long and drawn out. You played for 3 hours. Tutorial is useless. That's kind of true. I would say my tutorial is better than the in-game tutorial. I'm biased. Trying to get gold makes 0 sense. Non-stop messages while trying to play. Useless game. A common experience for any CK3 player. You learn to just live with the chaos. They failed the historical accuracy test in Eastern Europe. Hungary is there. Croatia is there. Did they not exist historically? Okay, I don't know much about actual history, to be honest. Crusader Kings 3 should be user-friendly without compromising its general level of complexity and historical flavor. On the contrary to the developer's promise, CK3 is not easy to master but still easy to succeed at due to most of its mechanics being so simplified. A lot of the difficulty of CK2 came from navigating menus and shit, whereas in CK3 you have this really nice current situations menu, which is great even if you know where to go in the game's menu, just as like, oh, in case you want a heads up, you can create this duchy, put a successor for this accolade over here. You can designate a guardian for your child. And it's not a difficulty thing, it's just an ease of access thing. Was CK2 harder in a sense? Yes. Some of it was strategy. A lot of it was also just navigating the menus, like genuinely. I don't want to buy a game and then have to watch a million YouTube videos on how to play it. First of all, you can just watch mine. I have the best tutorial ever. Also, it is kind of funny to see the review saying, I didn't like it because it's too complicated, right next to the one saying it's not complex enough. This game is a completely pretentious, jargon-filled, unnecessarily complicated attempt to fill the void of Game of Thrones going downhill after season 4. Okay, this game existed before Game of Thrones. And the pitiful difficulty equals good gameplay angsty mindset that has plagued game development since the first Dark Souls copy. Do they just not understand that, like, you can fight people who are raiding you? You can even take back the money that they took from you. Stop charging so much for DLCs. I want to play this game with my buddies, but they see the price tag and they get spooked. Yeah, a Paradox experience. I used to love this game, then I put it down for a while. When I came back, they added legitimacy to the base game, with the only effective ways of gaining legitimacy locked away in their overpriced DLC. That's not true, but okay. Claim a title, conquer a title. Claim a title, conquer a title. Claim a title, conquer a title. You don't have to play it like that. Why is that a negative review? Build tall or something instead, if you wanna. Hot garbage. I regret spending 500 hours on this. At least I don't have the symptom where I glorify my addiction to a funny Borders game and give it a positive review for significantly decreasing my quality of life. God forbid someone plays a game just for fun instead of just working 24/7. Well, that was enlightening, I guess. Different sheeples for different peoples, I suppose. Okay, bye, I guess.